what's up everybody? This is Valentina Brega. Welcome to another episode of the show Built with VAs, and today I'm filming in the beautiful state of Hawaii. So aloha everyone and mahalo for tuning in. And the reason I came to Hawaii was because I got to be invited as a guest on a wonderful podcast. If you want to know whose podcast I was on, you have to watch this episode. It's been absolutely amazing. But this experience made me reflect on my journey, where I was 5 years ago when I just moved to the United States and where I am now. It is a huge difference. So I want to share with you the turning points in my mindset, the mindset shifts that I had to go through to help me be where I am right now. And maybe you know all of this, but it would help you hear it one more time just to reinforce these beautiful turning points in everyone's life. Or maybe you'll find something new for yourself. In any case, this is going to be a lot of good value. It's a positive episode, and let's get right into that. So a couple of months ago, I got this phone call. I got to speak with a friend and he said, hey, you know whose podcast you should be on? I think you should be on a podcast called A Better Life, because what other platform is better for you to tell your story on? For those of you who don't know my story, I moved to the United States in 2018. We had to start life from scratch. I was with my husband and my daughter. My daughter was 1 year old at the time. We only had $400 in our pocket and we had no idea what we're gonna do in this new country. We didn't have a place to stay. We didn't have a car. We didn't have a job. We didn't have insurance. No one wanted to rent us any apartment because we didn't have any renting history. It was the most stressful period of my life. And the way we built what we have right now, 5 years later, has been an absolutely amazing story. Go check it out on my website, hightrainva.com. You can read the whole story or wait until this next podcast is going to come out. I was invited to speak on the podcast with Brendan Turner. If you are in real estate, you know who this guy is. If you don't know who he is, check out his Instagram, check out his podcast. It's called A Better Life. He has amazing guests there. And I'm so humbled and so honored to be on his podcast. This is unbelievable. And he's an incredible person. What a warm, just genuine person. We had such a great conversation. I can't wait for the podcast to come out soon. So stay tuned. But we talked about, he asked me very good questions. And he asked me, how did you transform now that you're here in the States? How did your life turn around? How did you create a better life for yourself? And it really made me reflect on a couple of things, a couple of beliefs that I had to adopt when I was here in the States, both as an immigrant and especially as an entrepreneur. Because once I started my entrepreneurial journey, it has been a transformative journey from here on. So let me tell you a couple of things that I learned along the way. Number one is how you do anything is how you do everything. If you have a strong set of core values, because I know I do, for me, my core values are always bring value, always have integrity, work on yourself, work hard, and have extreme ownership. I also want to give a lot of excellence to everything that I do. I want to provide value. I want to give something meaningful to my audience, to people I interact with. I want to make an impact. For me, this is very important. So, and I realized that as an entrepreneur, you, me, everyone who's an entrepreneur, we're always on stage. We're always someone's example. We're always leading an example. So how you do anything is how you do everything. We hire virtual assistants for companies, right? So if I see that a virtual assistant is putting effort into the resume that they're crafting, they're putting together, into their appearance, into the way they sound at the interview, I know they're serious or they have a higher chance of being good at their job as well. So for me, this is very important. How you do anything is how you do everything. If your core value is being excellent, you got to be excellent in everything. If your core value is to have integrity, you have to have integrity in any situation, even when no one is watching. So huge mindset shift. It's always been true to me, but when I put it in words, it just hit differently. Number two, and this is so important to me, success leaves clues. This was a big transformational mindset for me, because here it is. Before I came to the United States, you know what I thought? I thought I have to have an original business idea. I have to be different from anyone else. I don't want to seem like I'm copying someone else. The truth is, there's nothing original in this world. Everything, like every idea is taken from someone else and it's been improved and it's been added to. In fact, there's this excellent book called Still Like an Artist, which I really like. And the idea is that don't try to make everything original. Get inspired by other people. And the more you do things, or the more you want to aspire to be like someone else, the faster you're going to find your own voice and you will craft something that is unique and true to you. But you don't start by doing something unique. And this is very important for me because it changed when I came to the States. Success leaves clues. If you want to be successful, find a person who has what you're looking for and then follow their blueprint. What do they do to get that success? How are they presenting themselves on social media? How do they interact to other people? What actions do they take? How are they advertising their product, their service? What do they do? And can you mimic that? Can you get some of that information for yourself? And that's what I'm doing. That's, I have some mentors. I have people that I aspire to, and I'm actually very open about this. They know about this. I'm inspired by what you're doing, and I'm I'm going to try to have the same strategy. Nobody minds. Nobody minds because successful people are ordinary people. These are people who have failed before. These are people who have tried, people who have been in your shoes as well. So they wouldn't mind lifting you up because they know exactly what it took them to be at the top as well. So success leaves clues. Huge mindset shift in my case. So number 3 is you can't pour from an empty cup. And that can be applied to any situation in business or even in life. But if we're talking about business, the way I see it is sometimes we as entrepreneurs, we feel guilty for making more money. And I'll explain why. And this is not necessarily talking about me or you, those who are listening, but I know I speak with a lot of entrepreneurs who say, well, what if my team will think that I'm making too much money and they will think that we're not sharing enough of the profits with them? Here's the thing. It's a good thing that you're making more money because you're also taking the most risk. You're also spending nights and days thinking about how you're going to cover payroll, how you're going to expand the services, the products, how you're going to grow the business. And this is exactly what you should be doing as an entrepreneur. And your employees will want to stay with you longer, knowing that the company is safe financially, knowing that it's growing so they can see the potential for growth as well, rather than you trying not to upset someone and be like, hey, I'm just a small guy. I'm just struggling just like you are. So help me out. I'm not making that much out of this. No employees like to hear that. If anything, they prefer stability. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you want to help your employees, if you want to help the people in your life, you have to make sure that your cup is full so that you can give more to them as well. Take care of yourself first, and then you can help others as well. And this doesn't apply just in business. It can apply in life as well. If you are a parent, you want to see your children successful, you got to work on your success first, so you lead by example. Or even in an airplane, if you've flown in an airplane, you know flight attendants always say, put your oxygen mask first before you put the oxygen mask on someone else. It's the same principle. Help yourself first before you can help others. And don't be shy or don't have any negative thoughts related to you filling your cup. It is important for you to be successful so you make more people successful. Number 4, no one is self-made. This is so reassuring and so comforting to know that no one is self-made. Look at all the millionaires, billionaires. Do you think they did it on their own? No. And when people say I'm self-made, that's not true. You have to have a team behind you. You have to have people who support you. You have to have clients that buy from you. You have to have a network of good people around you. Be a part of mastermind. Have a mentor. No one is self-made. So again, this brings me a lot of comfort knowing that if I'm going to attend masterminds, if I align myself with the right people, this is going to help me as well. Here's another thing that I learned in the States, which I really like, and the phrase goes something like, rising tide lifts all boats. I absolutely love it. A rising tide lifts all boats. If you are successful, then everybody wins. Then everybody gets together. So no one is self-made. That's it. Number 5, own it. Ownership. Again, this was one of those things that I naturally possess. I just didn't put a name. I didn't name it. So when I came to the States and when I heard this concept, extreme ownership, and in fact, I read the book, Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. If you haven't, that's a great book, very good laws that you can apply in business. And this idea of extreme ownership is very crucial to me. And this is exactly what I tell my team as well. If I'm giving you a responsibility, you own it. This becomes your job, your responsibility, and whatever happens, you are responsible for it. If it fails, it's on you. If it's successful, it's on you. Same thing applies to me. Before I point fingers at anyone else, first of all, I look at myself. It's like, did I give everything that I can to this person for them to be successful? Did I train them in every way that I can? Did I give them resources? Did I hire the right person? Did I do my due diligence to make sure I'm giving them everything they know to be their own and bring me the results I'm looking for? So maybe you're in this position when you hire someone and then you expect them to take care of everything else. Well, no one can read your mind, so make sure that you give them everything they need for them to take ownership. And then, of course, you want to have people in your company who are not spoon-fed, but rather you tell them what you're looking for and they own it. They got it. They'll find out. Everything is figure-outable. They will figure it out and they will give you the results, or they will strive to give you the results you're looking for. Number 6 is, again, one of those big mindset shifts that I had, and we discussed it in more detail with Brandon in his podcast too. But it is, no one is coming. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to give you ideas and to tell you how to do and to be successful. It's all on you. And I think for me it was a big difference because I come from a country where probably people expect, or they put the blame on, hey, the government doesn't do this for me. I worked so hard in this country. And you always blame someone else, or no one gave me the opportunity, or no one told me what to do. We live in a world right now where we have access to everything. We don't lack resources, we lack resourceful. mindfulness, as Tony Robbins said. And this is absolutely true. In this day and age, there's no excuse why you can't learn something, why you can't do something on your own. No one's coming to save you. Just pull yourself by the bootstraps and just go after what you're looking for. It's all on you. At the end of the day, if you're successful, it's going to be because you took the action, because you decided that enough's enough and I'm going to do something different in my life. I'm in control of my life and my situation. And this was a transformational change for me. I didn't always think that way. I got to be honest. Sometimes I was thinking, when I was an employee especially, I was thinking that I need to be discovered, that why can't somebody see my value? Why can't I go and ask for a raise? Because I'm waiting to be discovered. They will see what I'm doing. I'm waiting for them to tell me that I'm worth more. And when I came in the States and with my journey, with the maturity that I got along the way, I just realized that's not the case. I need to stand for what I believe and for what I know is true, and because no one's coming. That's it. And the seventh mindset shift that I had was lead with value. I did have a business before this one. I had a school of foreign languages when I was back in my home country. And the mistake that I made was I knew so much information. So we had a school of foreign languages, we taught English, and I knew so much information about this, but I didn't share it with the world, because here's what I thought. I thought that I'm going to share it with my paying customers. I'm going to share it with my students, because if they pay, why would they get the same information, access to the same information as someone who didn't pay? What a huge mistake that was. Now I'm leading with value. I am an open book. If people ask me questions, I like to help them. I like to answer them. I bring value. And in fact, it brings me more fulfillment. It increases my credibility as an expert, and more people trust me and they refer me to someone else. And my business is doing better now with this mindset shift. Lead with value. Help people. Just be genuine about this. Don't keep your cards close to your chest. That's actually one thing I really like about here in the United States, how openly people share their success and what got them to the success they have. This has been absolutely amazing, and it made a switch in my mind again, because now I want to lead with value and I want to bring more. So there you have it, 7 transformational mindset shifts that I had throughout these 5 years of being in the United States, and maybe the majority of them came in the last 2.5 years since I've had my business. I'm so excited to see where I will be in the next 5 years or in the next 10 years and where this journey is going to take me. But so far, let me tell you, I'm really enjoying being an entrepreneur. I enjoyed doing this podcast. So if you like it, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like it, share with your friends if you feel like somebody needs to hear this. I love coming in front of you every week and giving you this information, and I'm hoping that you do get some golden nuggets out of this and that we can build this relationship even closer. But that's all I had for today. I hope you guys are having fun. I'm gonna go to the beach, spend some time with the family because we're in Hawaii. So that's amazing. All right, thank you so much, guys. Tune in next week. See ya.